Well friends, we are going to move on to the character's gameplay, and in this case we have the very powerful Gentle, who is not left by a great friend and subculture, who is Nachut, and in this case he has left us in rank 3 due to the level 20 he has reached. In the Titan Crystal it doubles it, and we are already seeing the power it has. Now we are going to analyze whether the singular ability is necessary or not, since it is basically called Vibranium Tattoos and reduces the lost path when finishing a super attack by 22.91%. A maximum buildup of muscle mass while being unstoppable. This damage reduction increases by 50% while being unparalleled. His attacks cost 5.51 less power, and this power is doubled against skilled characters. In addition, X blocking penetration per muscle mass is gained. Yes, it is true that your duplicate suits you. He is a character that must be taken for 200, because let's remember that the one who is not going to be that is going to be immune to advantageous self-injury, but when we reach 12 muscle mass loads, well, they are going to do it to us. Damage is worth it, therefore. If we have it for 200, that accumulation of that reduction in life is going to be much less. Therefore, it is true that Gentlem requires the poor 200. Still, with what I am going to explain to you, we are going to avoid that harm reduction. In addition, you have to throw the super attacks with while it is unstoppable to increase that probability by 50%, and also it is unstoppable. With super attacks, they cost less power, therefore those values increase the more duplicate we have. So I consider that Gentle is really important to have. That doubles at least one of duplicate and take it to par 200. Okay? Now you do, folks. We are going to explain the character as always in our favorite testing ground, which is the Kingdom of Legends. And let's explain it. Basically, we have to enter the fight with a counter, as you are seeing below Gentle's life, which will basically beat us unstoppable, indestructible when the speaker purifies, or a stun disadvantage when he is on cooling. Okay, so basically we're going to have to be gluing, and you're already seeing that underneath. From the life of our tooth, we have muscle mass that will basically give us attack strength and inflict passive effects of discouragement on the opponent. That passive, since it increases all the damage received in the face of super attacks according to the indicated power, and on top of that we also leave the weakness that will be used to take away any unstoppable advantage from the opponent. I'm already seeing that we also have a pause effect, and every time he throws us a super attack, because basically we will be able to stick and pause our mass loads. Muscle we can also pay to use forgiveness with a strong blow, as you are seeing here, and you are seeing that we have 10 loads. Therefore, you have to throw super attack 2 and super attack 2 to do that tremendous damage, because another improvement that you are already seeing will be activated, which is reverberation, which is a passive that is the little green that you are seeing there, and this character's hits will inflict an additional burst of physical damage for the damage of the hit inflicted. We're gonna do a lot more damage with this, okay? And we will also activate a bastion upgrade that will provoke us. Let's have more blockade. Therefore, in this way, it is not going to take away as much life from us in blockade, as you are seeing that it has done us 12 of damage for each step of the winter solid with the 2 super attacks. So in this case, since we already have the maximum muscle mass loads, we cannot throw super attack 2, because otherwise it will be making us advantageous self-injury. What do we have to do? Well, finish the combo in a weak blow to remove a muscle mass, put a breaking disadvantage, and thus do the massive damage that you are seeing with. And not receive that advantageous self-harm damage that even if you have the suicide mastery disabled, well, they're going to act on you. So be very careful with that, okay? You're already seeing how the fight turned out so simple, but we are going to repeat it again without having to pause anything in the game, so that you can see how the fight works directly from a one-shot fight. Then stop. To sum it up, we are going to enter the fight, and basically we have to be hitting to get our muscle mass, which is that or that little blue thing that we have right now. Acting is that we have a probability for each blow to act, and when we intercept and hit the pardon block, the attacker awakens a super attack, since those improvements in muscle mass will be paused. We will also be paused with the hard blow, simply in this case as we are already approaching super attack 2. More and more possible charges. Well, we threw a super attack 1 so that they put 5 more charges on us, and we already have the maximum, so we have to be trying to pause all the muscle mass gains to get to super attack 2. Since we have 12, we finish the combo in one blow at a weak blow, so that one of us is eliminated and basically throw 2 over attacks, in this case as we are doing with 12 charges, because there was an error, because you have already seen how the advantageous authorization has acted on us and has played a trick on us. giving us 8%. So that's the big important thing about Gentle, that basically we have to have the 12 charges and eliminate the charge just before throwing his leg. How are you going to see right now to avoid that advantageous self-harm and do that tremendous damage that Gentle has? The truth is that he has absolutely brutal damage and his abilities are quite important. We have also, I haven't told you about the combo tracker that Gentle has, and that basically I'm going to explain it now against the classic Captain Marvel, and in this case, well, with that combo transporter, well, we will put every 15 blows, we will become unstoppable, passive, and indestructible depending on what is activated for us. Okay, in this case, you are already seeing how unstoppable we have become, and there it would also be good to throw a super attack 2 in this case to avoid the damage of that advantageous self-injury, but of course, that advantageous self-injury is going to work for us as long as, well, we don't have it for 200. So in this case, since we have the 12 charges, we throw super attack, weak strike, end up as weak strike and super attack 2, and you have seen the totally absurd damage that the character has. So it's just very simple to get to the 12 muscle mass loads. If we have few, as is the case, we throw super attack 1 to gain 5 muscle loads directly, and be very careful and pause it in the fights with strong blows, intercepting, and when he has a super attack, well, going quickly to hit the character there, of course, as you are going to see right now. Look right there, we have paused, and now we have 12 small charges. Okay, we continue hitting calmly, we continue. Now we have the 12 charges, then we have to finish the combo in a weak blow, super attack 2, and again we do that totally absurd damage with Gentle. He is a very, very top and very good character. We are going to do one last review fight, okay, so that you can do it. So that you can review it, because you have already seen how beastly this character is. It will become indestructible when they are put on, when the skillful characters remove their disadvantages. That's why it also comes quite well for us, and it comes as a counter direct of team. Many characters who clean up their disadvantages, such as Jelly, for example, Moleman, that is, they are characters that come to mind. So basically we are going to have to stick again, generate our muscle loads, let's remember. That depends a little on the RNG. Therefore, we can help him with a super attack 1 to gain those 5 muscle loads of 1, and we continue pausing those muscle loads with strong blows, with interceptions, and when a super attack throws us running literally towards him, to be able to pause him. Okay, let's remember that we have to reach number 12. Be careful that he has hit us there, and on top of that, when they hit us well, we get persecution to avoid the failure, okay? We shot there, we have 11 charges, we threw super attack 2. If in this case you have 12, you have to finish the combo in a weak blow to eliminate a load of muscle mass and turn it into a Winter Soldier break to, in this case, avoid advantageous self-harm. As you have already seen in a previous fight, we continue to fight calmly. Ready. We are going to throw away the relic that in reality the relic that is good for you is the storm that I haven't told you, and now it is. We finish the combo in a weak blow to remove muscle mass. Roll super attack 2 and you have seen easy. The same damage that our friend Oyentel causes. The truth is that a pretty good mutant character with totally massive damage and pretty beastly use. In this case we would also have to be playing with its unstoppable 2, in this case with the singular path, which does not take us away so much with the advantageous authorization and achieve another muscle mass. Hit him with 12, okay? You have to throw it into the unstoppable 2. You have already seen the damage that this character does even to the Winter Soldier. We have done it in 1 minute 9, which in this case I am explaining to the character, and well, in what there is, but surely by playing this character you will only be able to develop in a more brutal way. So a little recap of the character: just get to the 12 loads of muscle mass, pull to super attack 2, get to super attack 2, and before you get to super attack 2, we have to do a combo in a weak blow, ending in a weak blow so that they take away a muscle mass. Let's put a breaking disadvantage on the opponent. We throw super attack 2 and that brutal trimming damage that Gentle has with those attack 2. Very good character, really great. So good use. So a character who goes to good tier for 1 and who unfortunately does require his duplicate for 200 to avoid that advantageous self-harm damage. Apart from the fact that he is a character that will also work for us with suicidal mastery, because they are not going to hurt us due to that advantageous self-harm. So friends, how did the character turn out for you? Leave me the comments if you would like to have the character already in the Titan crystals and have the character appear and upload it. So I hope, friends, that you like the video if you are there, and see you other videos. Bye bye.